Okay, so we're going to try this again, guys. Okay, so if you resonate with the portion of this reading, this would be about, this is about my real father or your real father collective. So we start off with the High Priest, the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Emperor, guys. Okay, remember, this can apply to the past, the present, or the future as it relates to this particular topic in which we're talking about right now, guys. Okay, so the High Priest is someone who is knowledgeable, they're intuitive, they're enlightened. They could have multiple different type of talent, skills, abilities, qualities about themselves. The High Priest is someone who holds secret knowledge, secret information, occultic knowledge, or what have you, okay? This could even be someone who... I feel like, as it relates to my father or your father collective, this person could even have ties to like the establishment, the occult, the boule, the cabal, or something like that, or what have you here. But the High Priest or High Priestess, which both is in this deck that I'm currently using, this is the High Priest, so it's a masculine energy. This is someone who, like I said, could be highly intuitive, very wise, enlightened, very knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying, and have access to secret knowledge, secret information, occultic knowledge, okay? That's the energy that is coming up. I feel like this High Priest speaks to this person's power, authority, leadership, or rulership in something, maybe because of a specific position, title, or role that this person has. As far as their job, occupation, or career, or what have you, because right next to it we have the Ten of Pentacles. So we are speaking of a wealthy man, because the Ten of Pentacles is all about wealth, abundance, stability, securities, family legacies, one's lineage, endowment, estates, privilege, and so forth here, okay? The Ten of Pentacles can even be like the generational wealth type of card, as far as tarot is concerned here, okay? But there was obviously some type of conflict, some type of defeat, some type of hostility as it relates to, and with the Five of Swords being here, I feel like this is not about any one thing here, okay? Because when I pulled this energy, okay, I just asked Spirit directly, give me the information about my real father, okay? So some of the things that's going to come up here may be pertaining to the past, but there's a lot of information that's going to come up pertaining to like even the present, or what's going on with this person here, okay? So I feel like with this Five Swords here, each one of these swords is like something else that was like problematic as it relates to this situation in its entirety, speaking of my real father collective, okay, or your real father if you're resonating with this, okay? But the Five of Swords, it's like it's hostile energy, it's abusive energy, it's it could even be seen as sacrificing or self-sacrificing type of energy. It could be you know, fighting, fussing, cussing, arguments, disagreements, misunderstandings, problematic situations, okay? Chaos even within a situation, okay? It's toxic, it's abusive type of energy. It's very hostile type of energy. So I feel like there are several things that could have definitely been happening, could have been going on as it relates to this energy collective, okay? We have the King of Wands here, okay? So I will say this High Priest, this King of Wands, and this Emperor are all the same person, okay? The King of Wands, with him coming out as the King of Wands, he's a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo masculine, okay? So this is somebody, the fire signs energies always come off, especially the masculine, strong-willed, strong-minded type of individuals. They could have, you know, charismatic sides of them or whatever, but more of a dominant type of energy comes from the fire signs, okay? The Emperor obviously speaks to of the father figure of the tarot, okay? And we're this first segment here, we're speaking about my real father here, okay? The emperor also speaks to a masculine individual who could be of the establishment as well, someone who could have power, authority, leadership, rulership in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion, especially with the high priest coming out here, as well as the King of Wands, speaking of this individual. The interesting thing that I found about this Emperor card in this particular deck that I am looking at here, okay, he's like, this Emperor is sitting here, he's like in like this metal type of armor type of thing here. He even has a crown on his head, and he's sitting on some type of like a throne type of thing here. And it's very interesting because you can see him sitting outside here, and right across, this is the Emperor card, okay, I'm not sure how well y'all can see this, but right across the way here you see two kids here, and he's looking over here at these kids, okay. One is a girl and one is a boy, okay. So your real father, my real father, could have two children, okay, or something is significant to a boy and a girl here, okay. Now if any of you suspected that you may be a twin or something like that, one of you could have been a girl, one of you could have been a boy, because the kids that I see over here, and it's very interesting because I'm a water sign, Pisces, okay, and the two kids are over here, they look like they're about out, they're standing right at the edge by a large body of water here. This is like the ocean, a river, a lake, some type of large body of water, okay. One is the girl has a long hair, she's in this dress here, okay, and then and it's a red dress, okay, and the boy is even in a red shirt here, and he has some shorts on, dark colored shorts on, but he has short hair, so you can clearly tell this is a boy here, okay. So those of you who may be resonating with this, if you ever had a feeling or an inkling or thoughts or something that you may be a twin, this could be like a girl boy twins or what have you, okay. The other scenario is that your real father could have another child, maybe you have a brother or something like that. The other scenario is that I picked up as well, okay, which is going to be for a very small percent of someone who this may resonate with, if you're resonating with this reading here, okay. Those of you who you may definitively know that you are not a twin or something like that, or what have you, somebody's sex, because this was coming up in some of my other readings a while back, somebody's sex could have been changed when they were a child, and this was all a part of the cover up of taking you, abducting you, and all of that, which we're going to get into in other portions of the reading or what have you. Somebody could have been born a boy and changed to a girl here, but I'm literally seeing a boy and a girl here, and they're both down here by this water, which is quite interesting because I'm a water sign, so that could be symbolisms for these children here being water sign children here. I found this very interesting because this is the Emperor card, okay. On most Emperor cards or whatever, like you usually, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of, it's weird to have kids here or what have you, even though the Emperor is the father of the deck, just like the Empress is the mother of the deck or what have you. I just found this to be very interesting in where these kids are placed, how they're down here by this body of water. And I also found it very interesting that these kids are in red, okay, and the red is used for a lot of different things, including blood sacrifice, but like, yeah, it's like, you know, you're not really supposed to put kids in red or what have you, just because of it's the symbology of it. But I found that to be very interesting. But anyway, moving right along, guys, okay. So we have just a minute, guys. So the Two of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Moon, Shadow Side, as well as the Death card here, okay? Now, because I am familiar with this situation, I know that now my real father is deceased, okay? Which ties into a bunch of other problems and different things that was going on, especially as it relates to certain inheritances that was left for me and my daughter being stolen and taken and hidden and all this other kind of stuff or what have you from the satanic powers that be, wealthy elite, his wife, and my fake family, trying to hide this from me and my child, trying to prevent us from having this or what have you. because of the whole secret things and cover ups of what went on here. But we're going to get into this, okay? So the Two of Swords is clarifying the high priest, okay? This high priest individual who holds some type of power, authority, and leadership, very knowledgeable, wise, enlightened individual, went to the crossroads, okay? There was some type of decision that was made. This could be a careless, reckless decision, a knee-jerk decision, or legal decision. Some type of decision was made here, okay? By this high priest here, okay? This could have even been some type of blind type of decision, because interestingly enough, the Two of Swords can also speak of like obstacles, stalemates, and different things like that. It can speak of one being indecisive, but no matter how indecisive one is, at some point in time, there is a decision that is made, okay? Whether it's one blind decision, careless, reckless type of decision, okay? Because the Two of Swords is all about choosing a path, what direction to go in as it relates to a situation. But at some point in time, there is a decision that is made here, okay? A particular decision that this high priest made, which is this same father figure here, it caused there was some type of betrayal, some type of disloyalty, sabotage, ruin. That's what the Ten of Swords is all about. The Ten of Swords is clarifying the Ten of Pentacles here, okay? So this betrayal, disloyalty, sabotage, ruin, fatal endings, backstabbing energy, cruelty, brutality, this happens within a family here, okay? Because the tens can speak of endings and completions, but from the Ten of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles speaks of family here. And you have the Ten of Swords clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. So this betrayal, disloyalty, sabotage, it could have definitely happened on multiple levels, but the family is definitely involved as it relates to this betrayal, this disloyalty, this sabotage that has occurred here, okay? And it's because of some type of secret things, hidden things, okay? The moon is all about secret things, hidden things, what's done in the dark, cover-ups, criminal activity, shady people, dirty dealings, illusion, spear, hiding things, moon magic. The moon talks about a lot of things, okay? Something that was supposed to be secret, hidden, or covered up could have come to the light here, which is why the moon is clarifying the Five of Swords, which is where this conflict, this defeat, this hostility comes from here, okay? We have shadow side here, okay? So this King of Wands, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, masculine, with somebody in the shadow side, okay, dark side, south node, if you will, okay. So there could have been what one might imagine with dark or toxic even type of energies is wrapped up into that energy of one being in their shadow side, okay. It really can tinker along the energies from the devil without seeing the devil card out here as well here, okay? But this shadow side energy is clarifying this King of Wands, okay? And I feel like his shadow side is what these secret things, hidden things is all about here, okay? Ties into, everything else that is going on here, okay? And this leads us to the Death card, which is clarifying the Emperor, okay? Remember me telling you that my real father, Spirit let me know that my real father is deceased, okay? And I matter of factly know that he was a sacrifice, okay? And this is the reason why. So when I clarify the Death card, I got the High Priestess, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. This High Priestess is his wife, okay? High Priestess, Four of Wands. The Four of Wands speaks of marriage, family, in-laws, and different things as well, okay? This High Priestess, so my real father's wife would be somebody who is likely a part of the occult as well, holds secret knowledge, secret information, occultic knowledge, someone who is intuitive, wise, enlightened, a type of individual, okay? This is who this person is married to, okay? But his wife was in on the blood sacrifice, like caused his death. And it's because she was in mental conflict. She was stressed, she was worried, she was depressed, she was anxiety, having some sleepless nights over money, okay? This was all about money, okay? And so as it relates to the information that the Most High gave me about my real father, I feel like this information here is speaking to what happened leading up to his death. Okay, I feel like when my real father was on his deathbed, he made a decision, okay, for whatever reason, to leave something in his will to myself and my daughter here. Okay, other persons found out about this, from his wife to other wealthy elites, the government, satanic powers that be, and different things, because you can't forget, this is a wealthy man, guys. Okay, this is someone who has ties to the government as well as the industry. Okay, this is someone who was a wealthy elite as well. Okay, now here I am, supposed to be this secret child, this hidden child, you know what I'm saying, that came from a situation because of his shadow side. Okay, so not only have I been lied to and hidden and lied to about who my real parents were, and not told about my real father, and you know, all the things that has happened to me, which we're going to get into, or what have you, purposely planted in poverty, and here it is, I never had to be. I have a wealthy father here. Okay, but for me, it's not about the money, because this man was murdered for his money. You know what I'm saying? There was things that happened to me, there was things that ties to him that happened to my real mother, which we're going to get into next, or what have you. But remember what I was telling y'all, murder is murder. Okay, regardless to how one feels about the next person or whatever, you could be whoever you are. You know, everybody is their own individual. Okay, and you know what I'm saying, people fuck up, they make mistakes, they use their free will to do to live life, and you know, walk life in all ways, you know. And a lot of people are judgmental about a lot of things, and of course there could be a lot of things that could be frowned upon. I'm pretty sure there's fucked up things and mistakes that you've made in your life, and you've done in your life, that could be frowned upon too. You probably don't want to speak about it. Who does? Okay, so as it relates to that, who am I to judge? But there's obviously things, okay, just like what happened to my real mother, that obviously can be frowned upon. And then that leads into what happened to her, leads into what happened to me in the first place. All of this is stemming from his shadow side, okay? And then you have my entire life that I never do this man that didn't provide for me, didn't take care of me, didn't support me. People don't understand, like, you know, one may hear that this is a wealthy man, and for somebody who is materialistic and greedy, that's all you care about, okay? But when you are a child, you don't, what a person have or what they don't have don't fucking matter. You just happy to have a fucking mother and a father that the hell is there. It's not about how much damn money they got, okay? Because, and for me, whatever this person has, or even if I could have never even fathomed that somebody who never did anything for me while they were living, that on their deathbed make a last minute decision to feel guilty and say leave something for me or my child. Like I wouldn't have imagined. You understand what I'm saying? If you neglected me, abandoned me, mistreated me, didn't provide for me, support me, take care of me, teach me anything, guide me in any type of way, fuck the amount of money that you had. It would have been a blessing just having a good mother and a good father in your fucking life. Even if they didn't have two pennies to rub together. You know how many good parents in the world that is poor? But they're good parents and they love their kids. And they're going to do everything they can for their kids. It doesn't matter how fucking much money they damn have. You know what I'm saying? It's an added blessing if you have good parents, whether they're middle class or upper class, who happen to be financially stable and secure to say provide you a better life. You get to go to better schools. You get a better chance at an education. You get a jump start on career in life. You know what I'm saying? Things that poor kids are not benefited to. So, you know, that's great. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not some type of person, even if I had have known this person, just like all the other people who are around the people, all the people that I know. There's people who I know who basically lived in poverty. Okay? Who were blood sacrificed as well. This is a wealthy man who was also blood sacrificed as well. And these people are blood sacrificed by the people who are closest to them, who was in their face every fucking day, that told them they loved them and cared about them. I never even get to see this man, know this man. If I seen him, it was in my infancy. Because I was taken, stolen, abducted, trafficked, stole, and some more shit. And then ended up landed with a family that was paid as actors to play a role like they were my family, and lied to me and gaslight me my entire fucking life. And they couldn't even do that job good. They had one job: to take me in and play pretend like they was my family and loved me. And they couldn't even fucking do that. How do you steal a child, kill her real mother? How do you kill somebody's real mother, steal that child? Sell them to the government. The government, you know what I'm saying? They pimped out, passed around traffic. When you're done using them, you pay a fucking family to take them fucking in and lie to them their entire life while you brainwash them, dumb them down, put them under mind control, program them, suppress their memories of the things that they have seen and that they have known, and every fucking thing, and lie to them their entire fucking life. And then act like they're the fucking problem. All I was born. I don't have anything to do with teenagers fucking and having babies. I ain't got shit to do with teenagers to older adults fucking and having babies. Who am I to fucking judge? But those type of situations is how the fuck I got here. Without that situation happening, we wouldn't even be sitting here talking. So I'm here. That's why I say it ain't my place to judge the situation. Because a lot of people fucking make mistakes and a lot of shit happen in the fucking world. But without that say supposed fucking mistake, I wouldn't have fucked be here. And maybe that's what some people who are working against me the fuck wish. But hey, I'm here. You could have killed me right along with my real mother when I was an infant. We wouldn't be sitting here again today. But I am. That's why I told y'all what I told y'all. Situations happen with situations. And what makes this so fucked up, y'all, because y'all have to understand that even the people that I was told are my real parents, they themselves were teenagers when I was supposedly born. This means their mothers, the ones are the ones who made the ultimate decision and put the responsibility on them. Their mothers was the ones who made the deals, who signed the contracts, who was paid. And they told their children, forced me upon their children to play this whole role. So this means the whole family is sellouts. You understand what I'm saying? My real mother was young. Very young when she got pregnant with me. For the situation that happened. She got pregnant with me. No slick shot, wisecrack, no jab on the life that she was living or what was going on or what was done to her, which was fucked up. With a man that was married, with a man that was wealthy, with a man that was older, with a man that had some high-ranking position, title, or role, with ties to the fucking government, the wealthy elites and in the industry and shit. So that's why it was covered up. So it's a whole lot of lies and deceptions. And my thing is, there's a whole lot of people whose palms has been greased, who has been the fuck paid. Everybody been paid but the fuck me. I'm the one that's been abused my entire fucking life and went through my entire fucking life. I've been exploited, used, abused, neglected, abandoned, sabotaged, ruined, set up. Everybody that came into my life knew this shit and played in my fucking face. Gaslit me. Brainwashed me, mind controlled me and shit. Everybody acted like I was the fucking problem. Still to this day, from the government to the fucking industry, I ain't fucking good enough. I'm attacked by these people I don't even fucking know because of this situation. So I'm persecuted just for being the fuck born. And yet you have the audacity to gang stalk me, harass me, and target me. Make my life a living hell. I've never known happiness. Never had fulfillment in nothing a day before in my life. And they won't even allow me to live in misery and peace. They listening to me and watching me right now. They gang stalking, harassing me in the privacy of my own home right now. Every fucking right that they claimed that we have, I never fucking have. I was cursed from fucking birth. My human rights, my privacy, my civil rights, my constitution were all stripped the fuck from me, and the United States government know it. From the government to the industry to this fake, phony, fraudulent ass family that made millions of fucking dollars off of me. I swear for the Lord on my life, they could have took me out a long fucking time ago. I ain't got no reason to lie. I was so depressed as a child. I didn't understand why the fuck I was here. Only thing I understood for sure is that I didn't like it here. I felt like I didn't belong here. And something was wrong with here. This fucking world. That's what I matter-of-factly understood. Not even the fake adoptive father. There was a teenager that you gave me. That his pimping mom sold out, accepted money because see this, the motherfuckers that I know, many of them that didn't have shit and wasn't shit. I know where they started the fuck from. And they ain't had no type of jobs or no incomes to be living how they living the fuck right now. I'm the one that got them up at the motherfucking projects. Off the back of me. But I'm the one with nothing. I'm the one that's treated like shit every fucking day. For what? And I'm the problem. When there was a problem from how I even got here in the fucking first place. But I'm the one that's got to pay for it though, right? While everybody else lived high up on the hog and got more the fuck than me. That's what it is. His wife killed him though. His wife killed him. Okay? And I feel like it was by drugs or like he was drugged or poisoned or something like that or what have you. He may have also had, they got it bad sacrificing people that already have pre-existing health conditions, because when they do pass away, they try to pass it off as that, but they was actually the blood sacrifice. They were actually murdered, okay? But the thing about it is, I feel like either while he was sick, before he was sick, or while he was on his deathbed, he changed his will or something, okay? And left something to me or my child or whatever. It's whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But it's the principle of the whole thing that I was lied to about this person. Just to cover up y'all low down and dirty do ends. I was treated like the fuck nothing. And then I was purposely blocked from succeeding, progressing, accomplishing, or achieving anything. This is the reason why nobody taught me anything. This is the reason why nobody supported my talent, skills, or abilities, or supported me academically. They didn't want me to academically excel. They purposely did things to keep me from being seen, keep me from ever being noticed, coming up in any type of way, for fear that I would be noticed, that I would be seen, I would be recognized. Purposely planted in poverty. And you send nothing but low life, low vibrational as individuals around me on purpose to keep me stuck, to keep me trapped. While everybody else exploited me and made hella money off of me. Because we get justice here. The justice speaks to the government, okay? We get the Ace of Pentacles here. It also speaks to legal situations, legal matters, the government, okay? The elites here. Also, Page of Cups here, okay? So there's some type of, the government paid some type of money for me, okay? And this is when I was trafficked, with the Chariot being here, okay? This was like some type of investment of some kind. I was used as like some type of investment, because that's literally what the Seven of Pentacles stands for, like an investment, okay? It speaks to one, like, it can speak to one's hard work, efforts, or ability, you know what I'm saying, time, energy put into something, but it also speaks to one's investments in something in an effort to get some type of harvest. And we have the Three of Pentacles here. So this speaks of collaborations and contractual agreements. So there was a collaboration. I mean, there was a contract that was created for me. This is how I ended up being trafficked in the first place. The government paid some type of money or paid persons money for me. And the Chariot card is forward movement, but it also speaks to travel, trafficking, trips, journeys, relocations, and some more shit. This is trafficking. You have the Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Cups and then the Chariot, then the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. This was a contract for me to be trafficked. Human sex trafficked. My real mother came out as the Page of Pentacles. When I get to the reading on about her, she has come out as both the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. For those of you who know tarot, you know those are the two youngest cards of people that is in the tarot. That just goes to show how young she was when she got pregnant with me and had me. This was one of the reasons for the cover up. The cover up was because of how young my real mother was. And the fact that she got pregnant. The cover up was also because this is a wealthy man who was married, who had ties to the government, to the industry, and some more shit. This was the cover up. This is my mother here. The Page of Pentacles, the Empress is my mother's energy here. You got the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. So there was a lot of lies, deceptions, manipulations, trickeries. A lot of people sneaking and creeping around trying to get away with something. The Seven of Swords also speaks of theft. I was literally taken, kidnapped, abducted. I was stolen from my real mother. Okay? That's what's going on here, y'all. When I clarify the High Priest and the Two of Swords, I get regret here, okay? So at some point in time, I feel like my real father, like I said, either before he was sick or during the time, while he was on his deathbed or whatever was going on, he felt some type of regret, which is why he made the decision that he made. He made some type of intuitive decision to I guess financially do something for me and my child or what have you. Okay. This is the reason why we have life insurance. Life insurance is clarifying 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords here. Okay. A large amount of wealth here. Okay. Five of Swords in the Moon speaks to egotism here. So somebody could be very egotistical, full of vanity, pride, narcissistic even, okay? Somebody had a huge ego as it relates to this situation, okay? My real father was a part of some type of organized crime, but it's interesting because it's the same organized crime that also killed him, caused his death here, okay? Organized crime is clarifying the King of Wands with the shadow side, okay? So he was a part of some type of organized crime or what have you, but it's that same very organized crime that ended up sacrificing him in the end. When I clarify the Emperor in death we have caregiver here. He was sacrificed by his caregiver, and his caregiver was his spouse partner slash partner. This card says spouse slash partner, okay? That's where that high priestess, 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles come from. She was in mental conflict. She was stressed and worried about money. That's all she cared about. This high priestess is his wife, who he was married to, okay? Who was also his caregiver, obviously in his last days or what have you. The government, like the satanic powers that be or what have you, was involved, like is aware of his sacrifice, that he was sacrificed, okay? But they have the wife to do it. The wife is the one who actually took him out, okay? And I believe he was poisoned, if I'm not mistaken. He was drugged or poisoned in some type of way. That's what ultimately ended up taking him out. Now, like I said, I do believe that he may have already had some type of pre-existing health conditions or whatever, but somebody was keeping him sick, making him sick with poison, Spirit is saying. As it relates to this Page of Pentacles, Empress energy here, we have perversion here. So there was perversion that took place, as it relates to how I came about, okay? I'm seeing perversions, parties, man-made disaster, death, revenge, and affair, okay? So there was the perversion that was going on because of how young my real mother was, and how much older my real father was, and what was going on. Also with these parties, there was some type of sex parties going on, prostitution that was going on, that my real mother was involved in, whether by force or by choice. Somebody that young, was being taken advantage of or what have you. I don't know for sure, or don't want to say that she was into prostitution on her own that young or what have you, but she could have been being pimped out or and abused even by her own family and put out there like that and allowed to be used like that or what have you. But that's where the perversion comes from, okay? And with perversion and parties, this has to be like sex parties or something like that was going on even way back then, okay? Y'all think the shit y'all be hearing about these sex parties and all this other kind of shit now, like it's been, like the shit has been going on, okay? This shit been going on. 80s, 70s, 60s, the 60s and 70s, they was really getting down with the get down, okay? But this shit's been going on, okay? But I feel like it was it was a party here. Some type of party that my real mother ended up being at, and there was some type of man-made disaster here, okay? That means that someone in particular caused her death at this party here. She was murdered, okay? And this was revenge for an affair that she had with my real father here, because she ended up getting pregnant with me, okay? This was all a part of the cover-up. She was murdered, okay? I was also lied to about that. That was also hidden from me as well, who my real mother was and who my real father was, okay? So you have to understand, the people that I was around, I was told was my family, number one, didn't even treat me like family. I always knew something was off, something was wrong, because of how they acted, how they treated me, or what have you. But I didn't know any better. Nobody ever told me anything. Okay? This was hidden from me. My real mother was a teen. Okay? And it's so interesting because all they did was replace the parents that they made my parents teens, as they were teens as well. The woman who they claimed was my mother, she was only 16 at the time, and the man that they told me was my father, he was only 17 at the time. So they were still teens, and they were that age according to my fake birth certificate when I was born. Okay, so that means that they would have technically been stuck in it, like she would have had to get pregnant at 15 to have me by 16, and he would have been 16 to be 17 by the time I, was born. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But it was their parents who actually sold out, got paid some type of money by the government, by this wealthy man, because of this wealthy man who was my real father, to take on this responsibility and take me in. And this was all covered up. And I was lied to my entire fucking life. And it wasn't even better. Even the adoptive father that I was told was my father, he wasn't in my life either. None of these people was there for me. I always knew something was wrong, because when it comes to them, it's way too many gaps. It was way too many gaps for these people to be my real family. Like, say for instance, like, there's a lot of family that I don't, even when it comes to the fake family, that I don't know. Like, say for instance, the person who would have been my maternal grandmother, which should be my mother's mother, right? I don't know who her mother is. I don't know who her father is. Never met him, never seen him a day before in my life. Okay? And it wasn't until the woman that she called mother, which would have been my grandmother, died. It wasn't until she died, and I knew something was wrong, because her husband at the time, all of a sudden, people just did mean, malicious shit to me. I'll never forget. When that woman died, the day of her funeral, that man aggressively, which would have been my grandmother's husband, my supposed grandmother's husband, he was like, "You don't even know your great-grandmother's name, do you?" And I really didn't. But nobody had ever told me. You know what I'm saying? You just called a great-grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever like that, or whatever. But it wasn't until she died that I found out that she was not even the woman that I believed to be my grandmother's real mother. And then her daughter, the woman that was supposedly was my mother, told me to never ask. And then when I looked at the obituary thing, her and the aunt, one of the aunts, which would have been her sister, I thought it was 3 of them. Come to find out, it was only 2 of them that's sisters, and the third of them that was an aunt is actually their cousin, which I didn't learn until she had died. So, like, there's a lot of families who be having a whole lot of fucking secrets and shit, but it's just like so many gaps. Even when you go to the adopted dad side of the family, okay? His mother, which would have been my other grandmother, okay? Paternal grandmother, which would have been my supposed father's mother. I don't know her parents. I don't know who her mom and dad is. The man that I was told was my father, I don't know who his father is. You understand what I'm saying? It's way too many gaps. It's certain people on the surface that I know, and then people that's connected to, like, their parents, the other kids, their others. I don't know them people. I've never seen them a day before in my life. And I found it suspicious that nobody has pictures of me when in my infancy. Everybody have children, or that have children, especially when it's supposed to be their first child, have bukus of pictures. I have pictures from my daughter's every age that she has ever been. I have pictures of her at every fucking age. Nobody has pictures of me before school age. None. I only seen one that I was brainwashed to believe that was me, and it was interesting because this was like a small, but that baby was not me. That was not me. That baby was not me. I ain't never been that big before in my damn life. That baby was not me. But nobody has pictures of me before kindergarten age that I have seen. At all. And how are you somebody's parent and you don't have pictures of them? But anyway, moving right along. So when I clarify justice, I get accomplices, partners in crime. So the government was accomplices and partners in crime in this entire situation here. Okay, to clarify the Ace of Pentacles, we get the Devil here. The Devil is all about greed, materialism, toxicities, lust, temptations, desires, sex, sexuality, addictions, addictive patterns of behavior, and some more shit. The devil is definitely in the details with the situation, especially when it comes to the government and this money, and they are accomplices and partners in crime. When I clarify Page of Cups, I get cover up. That's my energy here. There was a cover up about me, okay? And the government is in on it. When I clarify Chariot, I get water. I'm a water sign, Pisces, okay? That speaks of me being trafficked. When I clarify the Seven of Pentacles, I get missing. I am a missing child. Still to this day, probably listed as missing. Because this bogus ass adoption here, this was not legal. This is not a legal fucking adoption. It was fraudulent. I know it was fraudulent when I've been growing on my own for a very long time, but I'll never forget when technically you're not supposed to be able to get your own place. This is also how I wasn't even awakened then, but I knew there was different things that had happened in my life, and I knew that I was being surveillanced by the government because they always knew where I was at all times, and this was well before technology had advanced to what it is now. Okay, there were certain things that happened like well before people even had cell phones. Okay, they were able to track me. I felt like then I wasn't even awakened then, but I felt like they had to have some type of chip or bug or something on me, in me, for them to track me like that. Okay, but that was one in particular time. I would have rather been anywhere than to be at home in certain places that I ended up having to stay or whatever. But it's one in particular time I never forget. Instead of going home, I went home with one of my friends that I went to school with or what have you. And I did know that her and her family was in a bad situation when we was there. Obviously, when we got to school, it was still daylight, right? So at her house, chilling, doing each other hair, just hanging out like girls do or what have you. It wasn't until I got there that I realized that their electricity wasn't on, and people still had landlines back then. Their phones wasn't on, and nobody had cell phones then. Okay? Y'all, when I tell y'all about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, these people like SWAT busted in there to get me. Okay, how do you track somebody where they're at, where there's no electricity, there's no phone? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody has cell phones or any other technology like before or whatever to track. Y'all, they came in there like a thief in the fucking night, in the middle of the freaking night. We was knocked out the hell sleep, had to go to school the next day, and every fucking thing. It was the weirdest shit. But I knew that them people was able to track me and trace me, like, you know what I'm saying, in the weirdest freaking ways. Okay, and then the woman that was supposed to be my mother, she used to always say things. She would lock me in places and stuff like that or whatever, and she would tell me, don't leave or don't try to use the phone, because if I do, she'll know it. Like, and I used to think to myself, the only way that she would know that is if there's like something that's bugged around here or something, there's some type of chip or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you know what I'm saying? Weird ass shit, y'all. Okay, but okay, we were clarifying this with this missing. Okay, this was a fraudulent as adoption, if you won't even call this. This was a straight up theft. A young person was murdered. Their baby was stolen. Okay, the government is in on it. Paid motherfuckers to take me in. That was only after, in the midst of me being trafficked, after I being trafficked. I was trafficked and they did all kinds of shit to me. And then when they got through doing that, then I was just dumped on these people who are not even my real parents. Okay? This is my life. 3 of Pentacles. I told you the 3 of Pentacles talks about contracts, collaborations, people coming together for the purposes of money. Child is on that. How do you have a child in a contract? Huh? How do you have missing, clarifying the 7 of Pentacles? The 7 of Pentacles talks about investments. So you invested a child, me, to make money off of and went missing. I went missing as a child because of an investment that was made, because of some type of contractual agreement that was made. Water on chariot trafficking. This is a cover up. Cover up is on the Page of Cups. How do you cover up a child? Because that's what this is saying. Not making it up. It's literally what this is saying. Male is at the bottom of the deck here. So I feel like this could be my father's energy. Trap, this is sitting in behind that, okay? Maybe because of his position, title, or role, or, you know, whatever high-ranking position and power he had, because of his wealth, family, background, whatever, he was trapped in, you know, in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion, okay, y'all? But this is my real fucking life, okay? Not made up. True fucking story. This is my real fucking life. Okay? So that's what's going on here, y'all, as it relates to my real father. So if you resonated with any of that, okay, and this was the information about my real father. However, it briefly touched on the situation with my real mother, as well as the government's involvement in this as well. Okay? Because it goes, this is like far and beyond just, you know, saying, oh, this just some delinquent man and, you know, what he decided to do because he didn't want to own up to his responsibility. No, it's way deeper than that, okay? I feel like decisions was even being made outside of maybe what decisions he wanted to make as well. Like maybe, you know, because of his position, title, role, maybe some aspect of him was being controlled on some level because of that or what have you. But that's what's going on here, y'all. Okay? Also, guys, that's what I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to tell you all about how even before I was awakened, I figured out that they were able to, that the government, like, it was like the easiest way I can explain it to you is feeling like being the property of the government. Okay? Because there was a lot of things that happened that, like, probably wouldn't have happened for anybody else, or shouldn't have happened unless you was in the same situation. Because what I was getting ready to tell y'all, there was different things that was happening, how I knew that the government always had an eye on me. So I told you about the other scenarios, but like, I've been growing it on my own since I was like, really, like, about 16 years old, okay? Like, you're not supposed to be eligible for like housing anywhere until you're at least 18. I had my first apartment that was my own at 17. This was before I was even 18. So, you know, don't tell nobody, I ain't mad, you know, because of that. But the government had to allow that. You know what I'm saying? And when they allow certain things that shouldn't be, it's because they got a handle on it. They got a watch on it, type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? But, and I say that, you know, because of the simple fact that I was growing on my own. So the woman that was supposed to be my mother, being this woman been beefing my entire life, okay? All grown and on my own or whatever, that woman refused to give me my credentials, okay? Like, I had started working when I was like, I had started working when I was probably like 15, 16 years old, like part-time jobs and stuff like that or whatever. And so you have to have like your own credentials for stuff like that or whatever. But that woman refused to give me my birth certificate, my social security card, and different things like that, which is things you need when you go and get your first ID, okay? Which you need to work anywhere, to apply anywhere. She absolutely refused to give me my credentials. But here I am on my own, taking care of myself, doing what the fuck I want to do. You understand what I'm saying? And she refused to. I never forget that she never gave me my birth certificate, my social security card, or nothing. I literally had to figure out. And for some reason, I just kind of had, I just kind of knew how to survive. I can't even explain to you how I was street smart or how I just knew how to survive, okay? Because if you knew me when I was young, I was really a total square. I was very quiet and probably like shy like came off like shy like and quiet. I didn't have friends. I wasn't the popular one or anything like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't the one that like you looked at and was like, "Oh, there's a poor kid." Like, no, I had brand new clothes every fucking day. Like, I ain't gonna lie on nobody. My clothes was clean, they was fresh, they was ironed, they was crisp, they was name brand. Like, I was the kid while everybody else was in t-shirts and shorts and fucking tennis shoes and shit. I was the one that had the penny loafers with the got the actual penny in it, with the crease down slacks, with the button up shirt, with the little gold chain that was shined up from Vaseline from head to toe, not an ashy sight anywhere, with the little cute earrings, with the hair greased up and done all up and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that like when it comes to that, you know what I'm saying, fed clothes, anything, I wasn't the one that like went without any of that stuff, okay? Like, my abuse was on another fucking level. Like, you know, I would never just sit up and lie on the people and be like, "Oh my god, yeah, oh my god, I wasn't fed, I didn't eat, I had rags." Like, child, please. No, I didn't. um that wasn't my story, but like there was like other abuses. Like, I was like bullied on purpose. Now I know these were like gang stalking kids. These were kids who was literally triggered and told to like bully me and do different things like that or whatever, like all this other kind of stuff. But anyway, so I said all that to say, because this woman, like, literally, like, I had to figure out, like, and it's so interesting because I used to think back or what have you, like, when I was 16, I just, for some reason, I just knew how to survive. And I think about my daughter, like, I was on my own at my daughter's age, right? My daughter's 16 right now. She's going to be 17 this summer in July, okay? And she could not make it on her own. Like, nothing. Like, she couldn't do that. And even the supposed siblings that aren't my real siblings that I grew up around, but think about them or whatever, they would not have been able to make it the same way on my own. And then, like, I mean, like, when I started dating people, whatever, I would date people like older, way older than myself or whatever. But anyway, so I brung that up to say that somehow I just knew how to survive, and I wasn't pimped out, set out, turned out on nobody, whole stroll, stripper pole. And y'all need to understand. This is the reason why these people don't scare me, because I could have been gone a long time ago, baby. A long fucking time ago. I could have literally come up, as many people as you hear vanished, disappeared, came up missing, body was found in a ditch, brutalized in some type of way. That literally could have been me, like, easily, as a teen. And you know what I'm saying? And by the grace, I didn't experience those things. Like, I experienced like other fuck people in my life, and like different other abuse, like certain people being in my life. Like, every time that I was drugs or poison, I knew that my body reacts a certain way when certain things happen or what have you. And I have a low tolerance to anything. I was a total fucking square. When I tell you I was a square, I was a square. I didn't even have my first like real alcohol beverage until I was like 21. I didn't start smoking cigarettes or even trying to smoke weed until I was like in my 20s as well. Like, I might have had a puff or two when I was younger than that, but like smoking, anything like drinking, hardcore, anything like that or whatever, I wasn't doing none of that shit. I was a total fucking square. You would have thought that I would have just been wild and out of play. Anybody else in my position, they would have been totally the fuck out there. But I was clubbing. I was clubbing. I was getting in clubs that you had to be 21 to get in when I was 16, but I was going to the gay clubs though. Okay? And another reason why I know that the government was watching me, and like a lot of people who are way older than me knew exactly what was going on and what was doing, because there was like times when I was going in older clubs, like people who was my supposed parents age or what have you, they were in the club. They seen me. The first time I went to the The Black Gay Club, I was flabbergasted. Why? Because in the time when I came out when I was like 12, 13 years old, that I liked girls. Okay. Um, like it wasn't nobody business, baby. But back then, you didn't press your ass in grown folks' face, baby. Talking about what the hell you is and what you like and what you do. You kept that shit to your goddamn self till you goddamn old enough. When you too grown to be at home, you got your ass gone, and then you do what the fuck you want to do. But you didn't prance around. You know what I'm saying? Not when I was coming around. You didn't prance around in grown folks' face talking about what the fuck you is and what you ain't and what you doing, this, that, and the other, or whatever. But I literally did. I came out when I was 12, like 12, 13 years old. I was like eighth or ninth grade, something like that. But anyway, so I was going out with like way older people, but I was flabbergasted the first time I went to the gay club because I kid y'all not, y'all. Coming out is like when the age of, I was like in, because I was born in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So when I came out, it was in the fucking 90s, and a lot of people was still like, shit was going on, but people act like they were still naive. People act like they such Christians, y'all. When I kid you not, when I went to the Black Gay Club the first time, half of the fucking club was the faculty from the school, people from church. The other half was literally other people my fucking age that I went to school with, or that was in the neighborhood that I lived in. And everybody's looking like, you got. You know what I'm saying? It was a trip. You know what I'm saying? The majority of the people there, all the grown people that was fucking there, these was people that, faculty from the school, people from the church, people in the neighborhood that y'all, I'm like, you and this just goes to show, that's when I like really was like, okay, y'all been fucking lying this entire time. But anyway, y'all, I said all of that to say that, yeah. So I just, for some reason, I just knew how to survive. So I like literally, I kid y'all not, anything major there is to know, somehow I just knew. And it wasn't because nobody taught me. Nobody has ever taught me anything or told me anything. And I think that was done on purpose. I think that was a part of like the ritualistic abuse or some shit like that, or what have you, to keep me from excelling in any type of way. But I just figured out how to go down to vital records and like where to go and this, that, and the other and whatever, and got a copy of my social security card in birth certificate and all this other kind of stuff or whatever, just so I can freaking work, just so I can do what I need to do to take care of myself at that young age. Because I kid you not, this woman that was supposed to be, that's how much of a bitch she was. Like, how are you not taking care of a person? They out here on their own. They gotta fucking live. They gotta survive. But you refuse to give. Still to this day, this woman has not given me my original credentials. Okay, and I'm telling you, what the government has on file, I guarantee you, it's fraudulent. It's made the fuck up. It is fraudulent. Because they stole my identity. I've been doing all kinds of shit with it. And I believe the woman who's supposed to be my, she's been getting paid all this goddamn time off of fucking me from the government. And they likely, the mothers, their mothers, they all been getting payments from my real father. Okay? This wealthy man, and not a dime of it has ever gone to me for anything. Nothing at all. Now the fucked up thing about this is, in between all of that, there's only 3 places in the span of my life when I was younger that the woman that was supposed to be my mother ever lived, and I was only there a small period of time. There's only 2 places here in Arkansas, and then when I lived in Cheyenne, Wyoming, okay? I was even trafficked there, because I don't even remember how the fuck I got there, but I had to have been trafficked there. Just woke up there one goddamn day, okay? And then I was trafficked when I left there. I was literally put on a plane by myself at 6, 7 years old. I kid you not. That is trafficking, okay? I was supposed to come directly back to Arkansas, but I did not come directly back to fucking Arkansas, okay? You don't put a kid that young on a plane by themselves. Escort the fuck or not. What is an escort? If somebody told you right now they're an escort, what the fuck is that? A prostitute. Why would you call a flight attendant an escort? It's not a fucking escort. She's an escort, all right. She escorting these children that's being trafficked on these goddamn planes, because she's an escort to hell too. Anyway, But that's real life. Like I'm being lighthearted about it, but I swear to God, I was put on a plane by myself. I was trafficked by air. Okay? And some more shit. But anyway, between that, I stayed in facilities and foster homes and different shit like that all my fucking life. So technically, like property of the fucking government. And in between there was only a few other people who were supposed family members that I stayed with in between those places. Okay, so this person that's supposed to be my mother, the man that was supposed to be my father, I barely even seen him. Then he went to the penitentiary like forever. When he got out the penitentiary, I was full damn grown with a child of my own. Okay, so he wasn't there for me. And the woman that was supposed to be my mother, she's the big bad wolf that's the fuck abusive and aggressive and dominant and fucking controlling and shit. Okay, um, and I wasn't really even with the fuck her. Okay, y'all need to understand. All these people is in on one big fucking cover up. But I'm the one who has taken the brunt of the fucking abuse, still being the fuck abuse to this goddamn day. Because I'm a targeted individual to fuck right now. But it's interesting because when I lived in sin, as long as I was brainwashed and dumbed down under mind control, I wasn't awakened. I wasn't embracing my spirituality. I wasn't focused on my talents, my skills, or abilities. I wasn't speaking up or speaking out or doing anything publicly, letting the world see what capabilities I have or anything like that or what have you. It was fine. I could do whatever. However, whenever. It was fine. It wasn't until they realized that I was awakened. I I started doing tarot. I wrote those poems and I put them out. And I kid you not, the fucking from the government to fucking Buckingham Palace to the fucking industry, they viciously fucking attacked me, as well as this fake fucking family and every ex I ever had, supposed friend I ever had, everything. They all viciously the fuck attacked me and turned against me like the fuck immediately. People started dying back to fucking back, and then I look up one day and I'm being targeted. That's how the fuck it happened. No bullshit. But technically, I had always been a target. See, most people that are targeted individuals know you are targeted individuals right now. We all know that that day. There's a specific day, time we'll never forget where we was the day that flipped, that switch was flipped, the button was pushed, the frequencies was turned up, and we knew that day that we were being targeted, that we could be heard, that we could be seen, that we were being followed, that we were being watched, everything. We all know that day. But technically, before that day, you were already being profiled and watched. Before that day, you likely, depending on who you are and how you started being targeted, for a person like me, I was always a target. I was being watched all my life. I'm telling y'all times that I was a kid when there shouldn't have been no fucking way for them to track me, trace me, find. None of that shit was out. What no HR 6666 then or shit like that or whatever. The technology that people have today didn't fuck exist then. If it did, it wasn't out publicly. You understand what I'm saying? See, people are being tracked and traced by their phones now and different things like that, and the smart this and smart that and all this other kind of, we all got this shit on us all the fucking time. And this is how we are being tracked. Every fucking where. Okay? But when you're a kid and you disappear, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, something, whatever's going on, and you found like, you okay. Like y'all, I'm telling y'all. Them people was watching me, okay? And I'm telling y'all, I believe they chipped me. They implant me. Because there's something about my ear, or in behind my ear. I believe it's like in my ear, next to my eardrum, the nerve or something like behind my fucking ear is where the fucking chip is. I'm telling you. But anyway, we're going to get into this next segment, guys, okay? I just want to go through that real quick or whatever. I have like a million stories like that to tell y'all, all kind of fishy, phony ass shit that you be like, you know, no, that ain't right. Something is weird with that, okay? All kinds of shit. Okay, I'm talking. I've been highly intuitive my entire life. I've had gifts and abilities my entire life. I was psychic as a child. These people did mind control and all kinds of shit on me to suppress my abilities and shit. And then you grow up around people that will beat you to fucking death if you even act like you got such a ability or something like that or whatever. Because they act like you of the fucking devil and shit. That's what the fake Christians tell you. But then behind your back, they the very witches that's in the kitchen doing all kind of spell work and different shit to fuck on you. And all kinds of shit. Poisoning your food and doing spell work or over your food and while you sleep and all this other kind of shit. You never know. You eating these people cooking and everything, and they done whipped up some spell work, a whole curse in that shit. I kid you not. I kid you not. The man that's supposed to be my father, that I was told was my father, when I tell you his mother, that woman has never said she loved me. I got no loving, nurturing type of that. It wasn't until he died at his funeral. That woman gave me the evil eye at his funeral just from me stepping out the car and walking up to the church. I didn't even ride in the family cars or what have you. When they lined up to go in or whatever, I drove myself there. When I got out the car to walk up there, this woman gave me the evil eye so fucking, you could have seen the demon jump out her face. How she looked at me up and down just because of what I had on. This is how these people treated me. Not knowing when this happened, holidays had just fucking passed. Bills had all just had to be paid. I got that outfit and looked the way I did on a fucking bare minimum fucking budget. To even look half decent for that damn funeral. But this is how they treated me. After that man died, that woman said to my face, I know I haven't shown included you and shown you no love and support the way I should or whatever. I just said, it's okay. Don't worry. It always been like that. Always been like that. My entire life, that woman was never there the fuck for me. When my daughter was born and I was in the hospital, who you think was the witch that showed up? Now, remind you, I was 24 years old when the fuck I gave birth. Before then, I didn't hardly see these people. Nothing. She showed up. See, these witches show up and they act like they have a gift for you to do a curse over my child when she was born. Same day, the other grandmother that should have been there was supposed to be my supposed maternal grandmother. She called me in a haste. What's the baby name? What's the baby name? And she was asking me. I know this woman. I know this woman better than any fucking body else. She was the only person that was the closest the fuck to. She was in a haste to know what I was going to name my daughter. Like she had to tell somebody. Like she had to report it to somebody what my daughter's name was going to be. It's how it was. It was in the head. And I didn't think about it for a moment. And I believe, I don't know if they was going to try to pull some shit with trying to switch my child or make my child come up. But she looks too much. She look identical to her dad. If you seen her dad, my daughter look just like her. I kid you not, from down to her feet. Her fingers looks just like this man. Okay? He couldn't deny if he wanted to. Okay? But I don't know if they was going to pull some shit like that or whatever, because, you know, the card that goes on, the paper you're supposed to fill out, they never did bring me the papers that you're supposed to fill out after your child is born and stuff like that or whatever. I had to request, I had to ask for it. But I had waited for days because I had a cesarean. I was in the hospital for a couple of days or whatever. And then the baby's name is supposed to go on the little bed or whatever for the baby to identify them when they take them to the nurse. They was always wanting to take her to the nurse. Like, they would want to keep her in the nursery. And I refused. I'm like, I'm up. Like, I got to get used to this. She can stay in here to fuck with me. And they will always want to take her. But nobody ever asked me what's her name. They never wanted to fill out the little card thing to put on the name thing or whatever. And I found it to be so suspicious. These are things that intuitively, this was even before I was, these are all things I'm telling you that I noticed and knew before I was the fuck awakened, y'all. Okay? So finally, I had to tell the one, like, you know, and ask for requests and stuff so I could put her name on her little bed thing or whatever and fill out the paperwork, the different paperwork and stuff that you fill out that you have to take to the vital records, you know, when you get their social security card, birth certificate, all that type of shit or whatever, whatever. But I found it to be so suspicious, but I kid you not. The grandmother who ain't never showed me no love, never even told me she loved me, showed up right after I gave birth. And it was this woman has never bought me no gift. But she showed up with a little gift for my baby. You know what I'm saying? But it was to do a curse, put a curse on my child. Same day, the other grandmother called, and I'm telling you, she was in a haste, like almost like, you know what I'm saying? Like almost like in a hurry, in a haste, not like hostilely, like, but like very direct, precise, like I want to know now, like she had to tell somebody. What was her name? I'll never forget. These things I knew and never spoke about to nobody. That I didn't let them know that I was intuitive enough to know. See, sometimes you have to let people think you stupid. You have to let people think you ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They all assume me to be the shy, quiet, little meek, timid Tiffany, and I never the fuck was. When that shit is programmed the fuck in you, then you know what I'm saying. When you grow up around people and you're programmed to be seen but not be the fuck heard, then that's what the fuck you do. Otherwise, you're abused. It's part of the programming. But anyway, guys, on to the next segment here. Okay, this next segment is about my real mother, guys. Okay, so we start off here with the Fool, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. You see she's coming out still as an earth sign, but she's come out as the Knight here in the, when we was talking about my father, you see how she came out, it's still as an earth sign, but she came out as a page. Okay, but when I pulled from a second deck here to clarify this first deck, and she came out as a page. That just goes to show how young she was at the time when this occurred. We get the Death card here, the Nine of Wands here. Okay, so the Fool is, there's several different energies with all these cards here. The Fool can speak of one being foolish, childish, careless, reckless, taking blind leaps of faith, stepping into the unknown. It can even talk about new beginnings. And I really feel like as it relates to my mother, especially being as young as she is, this is the energy that she was in, or the energy that was around her at the time here. Okay, but this very Fool energy is what led to the Five of Cups here. Sadness, loss, disappointment, and regret as it relates to my mother, my real mother, the Knight of Pentacles here. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, feminine energy, okay, which is what resulted in her death here. Okay, the Death talks about endings. It talks about transformations. It's a death of something. Okay, and then we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is all about defensiveness, protect. You know, one defending themselves, protecting themselves. I feel like leading up to my mother's death, she was trying to defend herself. She was trying to protect herself, or what have you, by so many others here, because you even see this one woman here. Okay, and she's got this one here. Okay, but you got 8 other ones in behind her here. That just goes to show, because the Nine of Wands can also speak to someone feeling like a sacrifice is needing to be made. Whoever felt like that a sacrifice was needing to be made as it relates to my real mother is likely a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. But there's like other people who are involved as well besides that fire sign. But it speaks to the hostility level. It speaks to how she was trying to defend herself and protect herself even unto her death, and how there was other persons around her that felt like a sacrifice was needing to be made, and she was that sacrifice here. You understand what I'm saying? So we have the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Swords here, okay? So the Ten of Cups is clarifying the Fool. Remember when I told you, because of my real mother's age, she's likely in this foolish energy, because the Fool can even speak of spontaneousness, adventures, one being childish, careless, reckless, like I said, or whatever. But the family was even in this energy as well. Her family was in some foolish, careless, reckless, or even childish type of energy themselves here. And because there was mental conflict as it relates to my mother, as it relates to the situation and what was going on here, okay? Whatever was causing this sadness, this loss, this disappointment, regret, caused mental conflict, stress, worry, depression, anxiety, sleepless nights, mental, psychological trauma, mental conflict, and so forth here, okay? And it's because of a conflict, some type of conflict, hostility, defeat, abusive situation, sacrificing energy, fighting, fussing, cussing, arguments, disagreements, misunderstandings as it relates to my mother. Whatever this conflict, defeat, and hostility, it had to do with my real mother, who is coming out here is the Knight of Pentacles. Spirit is saying here, okay? This conflict is what led to some type of change. The Eight of Cups is all about change. It's about emotional unfulfillment. It's about releasing, letting go, walking away, moving on, type of energy. But the Eight of Cups is clarifying the Death card here, okay? So the change that had to take place had to do with a death of something, a transformation of something, an ending of something here, okay? And this change had to occur because of some type of truth, some type of clarity, some type of awareness or insight, which is the reason why people were defensive or hostile, okay? Feeling like a sacrifice was needing to be made here because of this truth, of this clarity of this situation, Spirit is saying. So when I clarify the Fool and the Ten of Cups, we get the Two of Swords here, okay? So the Two of Swords, it's like one frozen in indecision here, unclear paths, okay? Somebody withholding, an avoidance, a stalemate. It speaks of obstacles. But the Two of Swords is someone who is at a crossroads, okay? Needing to decide what direction to go in, okay? What decision to make, okay? So I feel like, and it's also said when one goes to the crossroads, it's like a person selling their soul here, okay? Oftentimes with regular, everyday, average Joe people, they make the wrong decision or a bad decision or go in the wrong direction here, okay? But the Two of Swords can also speak to a legal decision here or a legal matter or what have you. But with the Two of Swords clarifying the Fool and the Ten of Cups, I feel like there was some type of foolish, careless, reckless, childish decision that was made by this family here, okay? Because they were at a crossroads here, because they sold their soul to the devil. They made a deal with Papa Legba. They're in the pockets of the powers that be, and they made some type of decision here, okay? Why? Because of secret things, hidden things. Well, something that was supposed to be concealed or covered up or hidden, or something that was going on in the shadows, behind the scenes, behind closed doors. The Moon even speaks of criminal activity, shady people, dirty dealings here. The Moon is clarifying the Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So whatever was causing this sadness, loss, disappointment, and regret, the reason which was because of this mental conflict, stress, worry, depression, had to do with something that was secret, hidden, or covered up here, Spirit is saying, okay? Some type of deception, some type of illusion of some kind. Some type of this decision was made pertaining to something that was supposed to be secret, hidden, or covered up, okay? There's that Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is coming out on the Knight of Pentacles here as well here. This just goes to show, I feel like, to re-clarify, the age bracket, the age range that my real mother was in at the time of this situation, of this conflict, of this defeat, feet here, okay? And when I clarify the Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles with the Five of Swords, I get the Lovers in reverse here, okay? So the Lovers in the reverse, first of all, the Lovers talks about one's choice in love. The Lovers don't actually have anything to do with love. It's about sex, okay? It's about one's choices in sexual partners or sexual interactions. But the Lovers in the reverse speaks to somebody with some type of misaligned values in some type of way, some type of discord in some type of sexual interaction, disharmony, trust issues, a disconnected type of energy, an imbalanced type of situation here, okay? This is what the conflict, the defeat, the hostility, the abuse was about here, okay? My real mother could have even been being abused, okay? This could be sexual abuse, obviously, that resulted in the pregnancy of me, Spirit is saying, okay? But when I clarify, and this is the reason why when I clarify the Death card with the Eight of Cups, this is the reason why somebody felt like a sacrifice needed to be made, why she was murdered. My real mother was murdered, the change that they wanted to occur. And it was with the Justice card here, this was the government. This was persons in government, in power, in authority, in leadership, who made the decision, who caused the death of my real mother, who was very young at the time, not only when she had me, but as well as when she died, Spirit is saying. And this is the change that they wanted here. This was the judgment, the decision that was made here, Spirit is saying, because we have a judgment that is clarifying the Nine of Wands in the Ace of Swords. Remember when I told you somebody felt like a sacrifice needed to be made in that Nine of Wands energy? My real mother was trying to defend herself and protect herself, while others felt like a sacrifice needed to be made, okay? Because of the truth of this situation, okay? Because of the abuse, because of the pregnancy, because of everything that was going on here. So this is the judgment. This is the decision that was made here. And death even came out with this. So this judgment, decision, the action that was taken, that was made here, it was the reason for this death. It was what caused this death here. To my real mother, Spirit is saying here, okay? So we have family room here, okay? I feel like the family, this wasn't just, the decision of outside individuals. My real mother's family was on this decision to sacrifice her here. We got community that is clarifying the Five of Cups with the Nine of Swords with the Moon here, okay? There was sadness, loss, disappointment, regret, mental conflict, mental anguish, stress, worry, depression, anxiety within the community because of these secret things, these hidden things, and what was going on here as well here, okay? To clarify the Knight of Pentacles with the Five of Swords in the Lovers card here, we have official person here. So there was official person here, and on this card here, the official person, he's dressed in uniform here. This could be like, this looks like a military type of uniform here, okay? She was involved with someone here, somebody who was an official person was who was having sex with. So this official person will have to be my real father here, okay? To clarify death with the Eight of Cups and Justice, both the main female and child came out together here, okay? I feel like these people had every intentions on killing me as well. I feel like certain things even happened to like cause me bodily harm, okay? After I was taken, after I was abducted and different things like that or what have you here. Because this death, this change that was supposed to occur, this death was supposed to happen both of this main female and this child here, okay? And then we have coffin here, okay? Clarifying the Nine of Wands with the Ace of Swords with judgment and death here, okay? So, like I said, this led to the murder, the brutal murder, okay, of my real mother. We got thief at the bottom of the deck. And this card has always been really, really eerie to me, y'all. Because this card, you see this kid. You see a woman here and a man here. And you see this kid here. And they're luring this kid away. But this is the thief card. When you think of the thief card, you would think about somebody stealing, you know, something like that or whatever. But I was stolen. My real mother was murdered and I was stolen from her. Okay? Eight of Swords at the bottom of this deck. I was entrapped, enslaved, imprisoned, in doom and gloom, in a crisis situation. So I was stolen. These thieves stole me. And I was entrapped here. Page of Cups at the bottom of this deck. So you got Thief, Eight of Swords, Page of Cups. That would be me. I was stolen. I was entrapped, held hostage, captive, imprisoned, however you want to see it, as a child. Page of Cups here. The bottom of the deck. Okay? That's what occurred as it relates to my real mother. Spirit is saying, Spirit, clarify the Fool, the Ten of Cups, the Two of Swords, the family room. I'm seeing cult here. This family belongs to some type of cult, coven, or secret society. Spirit is saying cult, okay? But this is some type of dark cult, satanic cult of some kind that my real mother's family belonged to, okay? Spirit, clarify Five of Cups, Nine of Swords, the Moon in community. We have affair here, okay? So the sadness, loss, disappointment, regret, this mental conflict, stress, worry, depression, anxiety about these secret things had to do with this affair that was going on between this official person, which would have been my real father, and my real mother. Okay? Spirit, clarify the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, Lovers, official person, abuse / neglect here. So my real mother, my mother was being abused and neglected here. Assassination, clarifying the death, the Eight of Cups, justice with main female and child here. This is why she was assassinated. Spirit, clarify Nine of Wands, Ace of Swords, judgment, death, and coffin. Justice. So once again, you got the Justice card out here. There are persons in power, in authority, in government who made the final decisions, who made the ultimate decisions. Everybody else just made the decisions to go along with this. But this was persons high-ranking in power, in authority that made this happen. Fraud is at the bottom of the deck. These people committed some type of fraud. Did something fraudulent. Celebrity here. Okay? I told you my real father could I was getting energy on him having ties to the government as well as the industry, okay? He has some type of celebrity status of some kind. Spirit is saying. Okay? Spirit, what else is going on? Cover up. So this was a cover up. There was a cover up by the families. Okay? There was a cover up by the government. There was a cover up by everybody involved, Spirit is saying. Okay? Yeah. I'm seeing mind control here. My real mother could have been under some type of mind control. Could be the reason why this affair went on or something. I also seen drugs and poison. Something about drugs / poison and mind control. And with this affair here. Spirit, clarify abuse, neglect. I'm seeing runaway here. I don't know if my mother at some point in time like ran away or something like that. I'm seeing motel / hotel, but I'm also seeing neighborhood. Motel, hotel, neighborhood, clean up. Okay? This abuse and neglect or something like that. This could have went down in some type of motel or hotel. Spirit, clarify assassination. Assassination, Spirit. I'm seeing fraud. Again. Yeah, and life insurance. Somebody was paid something. Yeah, organized crime and money here. This assassination was organized crime, and it was done for the purposes of money. Okay? And obviously they was going to kill both my real mother and me or something. How I ended up still being alive. Okay. Yeah. Fake death here. So both me and my mother was listed as dead here. My real mother actually died, but they faked my death. I was supposed to be dead. And they stole my identity. Okay? Yeah, Spirit is saying this is a man-made disaster here, created by the government here. I'm seeing perversion. So this cult covered up some type of perversion. Spirit, what else? There was also some type of jealousy of some kind as well. Jealousy about my real mother, about the fact that she was pregnant or who she was pregnant by as well. Okay? Yeah, revenge here. Somebody wanted revenge. Spirit, what else is going on here? Secret. This abuse, neglect, what's going on in this motel or hotel in secret or something like that, or what have you. Spirit, clarify. I'm seeing dismemberment here. Somebody could have been dismembered. Something about dismemberment. Life insurance. Spirit, clarify assassination, organized crime, and money. Dead. Assassination, organized crime, and money. Female here. I'm also seeing inside. Somebody went in and cleaned something up, or maybe staged something or cleaned something up or what have you. Somebody was paid some type of money for this sacrifice here, okay? There could have been a serial killer involved, somebody who had killed before or who has killed before. Spirit, clarify. Justice, man-made disaster. Seeing surveillance here. Justice, man-made disaster. Some type of accident happened on the beach. Seeing something about accident and beach. Okay, I also seen something about a boat. There could have been something that happened with me. Yeah, boat again, missing. Boat, missing. Accident. Mountains, healing, crime of passion, greed, travel. That's that trafficking type of energy here. Somebody ended up being in regret. Inside, child. Legal strangulation. Something about strangulations, jealousy, runaway here, or what have you. It's like they faked my deaths or something. Or I was supposed to be dead, or they tried to kill me, or something like that, or what have you. Spirit, any other messages? I'm seeing something about legal proceedings. Justice, man-made disaster, legal proceedings. So the government was definitely highly aspected in this situation, in the cover-up, in the setup, and in everything, everything going on here. Spirit is saying. Okay. Yeah, but this cult covered up the situation because of a celebrity, which would have been my real father here. Okay, there's affair, drugs, poisons, mind control, perversion here, abuse, neglect in motels, hotels, and some type of revenge took place, which led to this assassination. This was organized crime. There's a lot of money involved here, and secret here. But the justice system, the government, they were the cause of this man-made disaster and what happened to my real mother, guys. Okay, as well as me. Okay, so that's the energy as it relates to my real mother, y'all. Those of you all who can resonate with that energy, you maybe can identify with something that came out here. Something may resonate in some type of way as it relates to that. Okay. But there's a lot of people that's also appalling, because it really kind of pisses me off, because there's a lot of people who are aware that this occurred, and the way I feel about it, like if this many people are in on the setup and the cover up and is aware of what really went on, and it seems like the only person they was hell bent on lying to and covering this up to was me. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, y'all done pay every fucking body to go along with the setup, with cover-ups and some more shit. Now you mean to tell me, what would have hurt to tell me who my real parents actually are? You understand what I'm saying? How do you pay everybody else? They would have come out cheaper or done better once I was of age, giving me what rightfully belonged to me, paying me and asking me, could I please not speak about this situation? Because it's a fucked up situation either way it goes. From what happened to my real mother, leading up to her death, then what happened to me, like it's all fucked up. But what went on before I was born to in my infancy, after I was born, you know what I'm saying? Who am I to judge like that? You understand what I'm saying? People have the right to know who their real family is, who their real parents are, where they come from, their bloodline, their heritage. This don't have anything to do with the amount of money somebody have. The same exact thing could have occurred if this had been a broke man. And as a matter of fact, if he was broke, you likely would have charged him. And then at the he did his bid, a guy out or whatever, you then would have put him on child support, expecting him to fucking pay child support for the same person that you done fucking punished him. The same situation that you done fucking punished him the fuck for. That's how fucked up this system is. And I literally know somebody that happened with. This person was young, willingly sucking and fucking on their own at a very young age. Willingly now. With somebody older. And got pregnant. Which I really feel like this person got perverted father impregnated them. But they said it was the other person. The person that she was willingly having sex with. And this person gave birth at 12. which means she was fucking before then. This older person on her own. That they then charged with the crime for willingly having sex with this person that was having sex willingly on their own and ended up getting pregnant. And after that person got out, guess what? That person was put on child support and expected to pay child support for the very same situation that you punished them for. Okay? No shade. No pun intended. That's why I'm not saying no names or pointing no fingers. I ain't trying to put nobody on blast like that. Like, shit happened. People fucked up. People make mistakes. Y'all be surprised as to how much shit is going on and people are willingly doing things on their own. And the motherfucker ain't got to abuse them at all. You understand what I'm saying? Shit happens. So what I'm saying is the only reason why I'm bringing that up is, regardless to the situation, I can see you not wanting outsiders, the masses, knowing about a situation, especially when you got a man that's a married man, he's got celebrity status, wealthy, ties to the government, the industry, well known. But because you got this type of money, this type of status, these type of connections, that means it's okay to murder your mistress and cover up your illegitimate children? And they ain't shit, right? That's bullshit. And I'm just not worthy of knowing where the fuck I come from. And then it'd be different. Had I been didn't go through being stolen, being kidnapped, being trafficked, being drugged, being mind controlled, being fondled, being fucking drowned, and all of the shit that was done to me before you decided to plant me in fucking poverty and pay fake ass fucking crisis actors as a fake ass family that didn't even know how to love me and take care of me properly. See, it's adopted children in the world that do pretty fucking well. You know why? Because they get a nice, loving, adopted family. It ain't about people being rich and having every fucking thing. If you got love and support, me and my daughter right now ain't got the best of the fucking best. We ain't never had nobody. Nobody that's supposed to be my family has ever done anything in my daughter's life at all. She couldn't tell you them people first and last name. She couldn't tell you where they live. She ain't never spent the night with them. I'm watching in real time them do to her the same thing they did to fucking me. You're not gonna tell me I don't have a right to know where the fuck I come from. You could have just politely I'm not ignorant. I'm not belligerent. I'm not radical. You could have politely asked me, could you please not speak about this? And give me common courtesy and fucking respect. But you didn't even try to do that. Because all you cared about is your fucking money and covering up your low down dirty fucking do-ins. I ain't out here on no rampage on fucking purpose, trying to put people on blast, trying to shame people, trying to drag people's name through the goddamn mud, make people look bad, sabotage fucking people and shit. I don't have time for that shit. But that don't mean I don't fucking deserve better. That don't mean that I'm a fucking nobody. That don't mean you have a right to fucking mistreat me. From the government to the industry to this fake, phony, fraudulent ass family and everybody that I came into fucking contact with has treated me like fucking shit just for being born. And you can make believe whatever the fuck you want to, bitch. But I would love to hear you explain how the fuck you had a child. You only got a small time frame in my adulthood to come up with whatever the fuck you want to come up with as to why the fuck you don't like me. And guess what, bitch? You still ain't told me. That one person that said, Tiffany, I got a problem with you because of XYZ. You are an issue because of blase bloom. I dislike you because not one fucking person. Yet I've been exploited and abused and neglected and abandoned and rejected and alienated and left in turmoil and harsh conditions and poverty and some more shit while you bitches come up off the back of fucking me. Because you want to keep all your low down, dirty, filthy, nasty ass secrets in the closet and under rugs and under covers that I don't fucking even care nothing about. I wouldn't give a damn if a motherfucker didn't have a fucking dime. I ain't sitting on no some fucking back burner like you sold out ass bitches waiting on somebody to die to see what I got any fucking way. I never in a million years fathomed that a motherfucker that went in your life and didn't do shit for you while they was living would have the audacity to leave you something in their death. Definitely not your child. They came to fuck from you. You mean to tell me they didn't take care of you? And love you, support you, teach you, guide you, or any fucking thing. But skip the fuck over you and then leave something for you. Just get the fuck up out of here, bitch. Please. I don't care nothing about that. But what's for me and mine is for me and mine. Besides that. That's what the fuck it is. And if I ain't fucking worried about it. You can't miss some shit you ain't never had. No fucking way. But you can't tell me what the fuck I don't deserve. You can't tell me what the fuck don't belong the fuck to me. Because you just a lying bitch. That's the truth.com right there, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I'm combating a bunch of greedy bitches. Just worried about your motherfucking secrets and your goddamn money. None of which has any fucking thing to do with what was done to fucking me. Where's the compensation for the exploitation? Where's compensation for the hate crime, the cruel and unusual punishment, the mind control, the brainwashing? Where's the compensation for the human trafficking, satanic ritual abuse, the sexual abuse? Where's the compensation for the pain and the suffering? Where are the millions of dollars that you done fucking made off exploiting me the fuck alone? Yeah. Where are those tapes at? On the dark web. Of me as a fucking child. Because I know your filthy, nasty ass got them satanic powers that fucking be. See, from the abuse and all other kind of shit alone, things that you motherfuckers stole from me, you owe me. Every dime you made off of me while exploiting me and abusing me, you the fuck owe me. Less alone what any fucking body left me when they died. And then you had the audacity to turn around and do it to my child, who has also been exploited and the fuck abused and brainwashed and mind controlled and groomed and all other kinds of fucking shit. Because that's what the fuck y'all do. Play pretend like you love the kids with all your children's foundations and save the children and shit. Get the fuck up out of here. Y'all mind control kids, you brainwash kids, you use kids, you groom kids, you traffic kids. I don't care nothing about no kids because you damn sure didn't care nothing about mine. And you damn sure didn't care nothing about me when I was one. That's the truth. That you pussies too goddamn coward to fucking say you're so big and you're so bad and you're so powerful with all your fucking money and all your bullshit ass privilege and your fucking Fortune 500 companies and your businesses, your organizations and your mansions and all that old bullshit that I don't fucking care about. I never seen this many people with that much fucking power, but you're cowered away when it comes to standing before the masses, standing before the people, we the people, and telling the truth about what type of cruel and unusual and evil and wicked things y'all really into. You can possibly try to make me wrong for that. That's the point of this entire situation. Okay?